Hi everyone, welcome back to Lula's Tarot. Sorry about last week. I did make a video, but I just had some trouble doing some stuff, so I just thought I'd leave it. It's probably happened for a reason. Maybe it just wasn't the right time to be heard or whatever. So I apologise for last week, but I'm going to try and get back into it this week. It's been really busy. There's so much stuff going on. And tarot is such a thing where you have to be really you have to have a lot of energy for it because it gets quite draining. So I just like to make sure that I'm all recharged and ready to do this for you guys. Yeah, it looks to me that the people in the collective, the ones that resonate with this reading, are really moving to a new home, a new stable place in your life where you feel love and you're comfortable there. A lot of balance there, and it's like you're emotionally fulfilled and you're financially fulfilled, or just feel fulfilled, or starting to feel more fulfilled in your physical life. But there's some major changes happening, like people are leveling up. And in this leveling up, that's when people tend to fall back into old habits and old ways of being, and this is the time now to stay really strong, keep that strength, because whatever pain you're feeling now is just old burdens that are coming up, so you can pack them away neatly. They're not all scattered through your mind, like they're coming up to the top to surface, so it's like you're putting them in a safe spot so they can't escape and they can't chase you into this new beginning. Okay, I'll take that one. Yeah, so major changes happening. We've just got the Tower. We've got the Tower and Judgment and Death. So I just feel like that you really are in the middle of an awakening, or possibly your person could be in the middle of an awakening, because sometimes the devil can mean twin flames. Yeah, this is definitely divinely guided, and you're being protected with a lot of love right now. So it might feel like things are falling, and you might feel like old patterns are coming back up, and you might feel like you're falling back into them, like trapping yourself from this new beginning. You're about to walk through the gates, you're about to see the light. So don't let this minor it could be a big change, but the little things that are happening around you and crumbling around you now are a good sign, not something negative. So just remember to take it that way, and don't get confused by old memories and experiences, because you have changed. Otherwise you wouldn't have this Death card here. Your life is about to level up. You're about to see things from a new perspective, and acknowledge your growth. Forgive things that you hold on to. That's where this toxic energy can come in as well. When you're healing, is you can, depending on how you think or how you feel, but you start to blame things on yourself, or people with addictive natures will fall into a pattern of numbing something, and avoiding how they actually feel. So just be mindful of that. I think that's just in there, just to be mindful of that energy while you're moving into this really stable new beginning. Alright, I'm just going to pull another card. Yeah, it's like it's always darkest before the light, you know. And it's like I've noticed in this card down the bottom, see how they've all come out of their, like, it's like their deathbeds pretty much. Like you have the death card here, and they're coming out of the darkness in their deathbed. It's like they're awakening, they're alive again, like new life, new beginnings. But you definitely are moving forward somewhere stable, and I think like there could be some people actually moving home, because we have the 10 of Wands and we have the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, which is like a really stable, happy home sort of vibe. And this represents leaving old baggage behind, and it can mean leaving home. Alright, I'm just going to clarify for this spread. Yeah, so I feel like this is definitely a twin flame connection, because underneath the Devil I just pulled the Lovers, the 2 of Cups, which represents the beginning of a new relationship with a soulmate. And I feel like this is definitely divinely guided. There's a lot of love behind it. You see the angel wings, this is being orchestrated for you. But yeah, there's going to be some changes, and I think for both of you, whoever's involved in this twin flame or soulmate connection, is just to be really wary of those negative energies. You know, keep out of your head, keep balancing your mind, you know, don't get too carried away with either feeling. Like a lot of people would think of getting too carried away in their negative thoughts, but you can also get too carried away in positive thoughts too, and it's good to believe in the future and believe in the things you want, but sometimes things don't happen the way you expect them to happen, and that can cause a little bit of anxiety. So that's what I was going to say. I kind of went off track then, but yeah, so don't get too ahead of yourself either. Keep your feet on the ground, you know, not too low, not too high. Keep nice and level, so that you two in this relationship or in this connection can see eye to eye and can come to and just be able to come to each other with individual firm foundations. You know, it's like, okay, she's got her cup full, he's got his cup full, and now it's just like, let's put them together, you know, like let's see what we can grow together. Sorry, I've got no storage on my phone. But yeah, what I can see is that at the moment, at this point in time, there may be some toxic ties in this relationship, and it doesn't mean that everything's all horrible and you know, it's not going to work, because there's some toxic ties. Like there's just some things and attachments that need to be let go of, so you are both able to feel more free and able to work together instead of like forcing things, like, if that makes sense. Because I'm really noticing the snakes here and the chain here, and I just feel like this is sort of like growing together, and this is like forced, you know. So there, just make sure those things and those habits within yourself are really being balanced out, because I think that's really important for this connection to even work. Sorry, I'm not going to take those off. I might just get some clarification on this tower. Yeah, so this is happening for a reason. This tower is going to make things, get things rolling. But yeah, this Tower moment, make sure not to really take it as something really negative and toxic. Just look at it as a lesson and keep moving forward and using your intuition to be successful. Okay, sorry about that again. Summer just came home, my friend, if you don't know her, and she's loud now, so I had to stop the video. And I need to make a sign for my door saying do not come in. Okay, yeah, so what I was saying was this Tower moment is coming at the... Okay, I am so sorry again. I swear, every time I try to do these videos, something happens, or I don't know what it is. It could be a part of just this mixed up energy testing you. Because to be honest, in the past, I probably would have got really frustrated about this, but it's fine. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is here with a Tower to let us know that this is happening for a reason. It's going to happen the exact time that it needs to happen, and it's a very lucky card. So it's forward moving. You're obviously forward moving into something a lot more stable, something a lot more grounded, a connection that is filled with open communication and honesty as well. Okay, I'm just gonna pull some cards, keep pulling some cards. Yeah, and in the meantime, just keep studying yourself, keep healing, like keep growing. Even though you might feel like at the moment, you're at this stage, you've reached a point and you're like, okay, when is it going to happen? When is this new perspective coming? Or when is this, when am I going to leave home? Or, you know, like, it's not about when, it's about how. And if you just keep doing those small things, which, like, as in, I don't know, looking after your health, looking after your body, doing things that bring good energy to your soul and aura. Yeah, just keep healing in the meantime, because when we lose focus and maybe get a little bit, like, you might be feeling a little bit lazy at the moment, because look, 2019 has been a big year for everyone, for healing and discovering themselves and finding new things and losing things and gaining things. Like, that might sound like a typical year, but this year has been intense for a lot of people, especially in my life as well. But just strangers around me, I've noticed are experiencing like a similar situation. Sorry, I feel like I got sidetracked again, but yeah, just keep healing, because they won't come to a completion until you've learnt that the wheel never stops rolling, you know. So depends how you look at it, you know. Oh, you could be like, oh, the wheel never stops rolling, the work's never end, I'm never going to get a break, blah 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 blah. But it's not, doesn't work like that. Like, the wheel rolls, and once it gets back to the top, then you get to go. It's like you get that, when you're going through a process, you know, you have to really dig deep and work to get back up, you know what I mean? Like, and when you're like coming, I don't know if I'm doing this, yeah, okay, I was doing that backwards. But when you're working your way back up, that's when you learn things about yourself, because it's testing your strength. This Tower moment's going to test your strength. And yeah, cycles keep happening, and you do get a break. You do get that, like the free flow of it. Like you get to the top and then you get to slide down it, you know what I mean? So it's, and those moments might seem quicker, like the sliding compared to the building to get up, but it all leads to something bigger. It leads to like bigger cycles. So all the small things that are happening in your life at the moment, and you might feel like, oh my god, when is this mountain gonna end? Because I want to go down now, like I need a break. Just know that that is coming. Like, it's the 1st of December. That's when I'm doing this reading. It is coming. This month is gonna really shift some things. I feel like people can be traveling, because we have the 10 of Wands and the World card, which is a big representation of travel, completion of cycles, which also, you know, clarifies the Death card. There's new cycles, new beginnings. Yeah, the angels and the universe are really closing out an old chapter for you. And you're going to be feeling really harmonious in your own energy this month. And that, you harnessing that energy and that love within yourself, is helping this soulmate or twin flame connection. It's helping it grow and come together. Because I don't think, yeah, for me, I feel like that you aren't together yet. Maybe it's not official. Maybe this isn't like someone from the past coming back into your life, or like, you know, there still needs to be things. There's things that need to be worked out. And I feel like this could be someone completely new as well. They're just going through their life. You might not have even met them, you know. But from what I can see here, I feel like this is something past life, because the way it pans out, it's like these people already know each other, or have met before, or whatever. And I feel like the past, was very toxic. Yeah, and it's like when this new cycle comes in, let those walls break, like let them crumble down, so, you know, you can let your divine masculine or your divine feminine walk through the door, you know, like, don't let this thing hold you back. It's just funny because I'm sitting here making this video and the whole time I just laugh at myself. Like, I hope someone laughed at that. Yeah, so I feel that someone who I feel like it's a divine masculine is coming forward with an offer, and the Hanged Man is in reverse. So I feel like this month the waiting is coming to an end. You're not waiting anymore. You're not hanging there. You know, you've got the knowledge, and now you're just sort of waiting. It's like waiting just to be untied, so you can either offer a new beginning, because now you know what you're doing, like you've thought about it, you've given yourself time to think about things. Or I feel like this could be one person in the connection and the other, someone's offering, trying to offer a stable new beginning. And so, like, something that will grow, like I said with the growth before. And it's like, I feel like someone could be sick of waiting as well. You know, they don't have that patience anymore. They know what's up, and I feel like they're sick of waiting. I'm going to actually grab another card for that, because that's so I feel like there's this, whatever this offer is, it may have been slow moving. Like, this is the Pentacle, so this is sort of like earth energy, a little bit slower. And I feel like it's been like I said with the climb, like the climb up has felt like so long. Like, and I feel like we're getting to this point, we're at the end of the year and we're at this anticipation stage, like we're completing cycles, we're, you know, leveling up, we're finding home within people or within yourself. You're coming out of the darkness into the lightness. Like, it has been a slow process. There has been healing between you, your person, or just within this relationship itself. And I feel like someone has been waiting. It's like, this doesn't mean one person is wiser than the other, but this sort of means someone's been aware of something longer than maybe one person has, or they've been waiting for someone to go through their cycles and heal, so they're able to like come forward with a stable offer that isn't, it's like it's taken so like slow and steady, you know, like made sure everything's worked out perfectly, making sure, you know, your money's straight, making sure you're ready. Like, this is a gift, like you're giving something, like you are making, whoever this is making sure that everything is really like trying to make it packed down, you know, like. And I feel like, yeah, we're just at this boiling point. There's so much anticipation at the moment. Whether you're with this person or not, it's like there's some energy. It's like you could feel in your day-to-day life, like this anticipation. It's like, you know, something's coming, and it is. So don't doubt that. Don't doubt that. Yeah, pretty much like I said before, we got the Five of Wands. I feel like this this cycle, it's just it's creating some conflict, because it's like stepping over that fine line sort of thing. Like, I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's like this could either go either way. I know in this reading that this is going to work out in a really positive manner, but we got like a 5, and that reminds me of just like a halfway point, you know what I mean? Like, but you're not at halfway, you're further than halfway, but it's like sort of like having to make decisions and choices that you know are going to dramatically affect your life. And it can seem really hard moving away from where you're comfortable at the moment, or, you know, like it can be hard. Like, death isn't easy. Like, death and rebirth, like I said, like you have to go through like these dark night of the soul sort of energies, like this dark stage, before you know, come out with like a whole new way of being, and like love and protection from your angels. Like, it's just clarifying that you're going to go through some internal and external conflicts with some people, opinions, and like with my opinion, if there is other people making opinions about, you know, a relationship, your relationship, whatever, like, yeah, take advice, but don't feel the need to argue, or don't feel the need to go with what one person says. At the end of the day, yeah, listen to them, but stick with what you've got, stick with your gut, stick with what you know is actually going to work out and what's going to make you happy. Because that's like toxic energy from the outside as well coming in. Like, don't Like, it might seem like a confusing time, but I don't, like, things that are happening in your everyday life right now might seem confusing, because everything's changing. But I think deep down, you know that this person is a new beginning for you, and like literally the angels and the universe are really trying to make this happen. Really trying to push you into that new cycle. Really trying to just get you over this little bump and knock you down a slide, you know? Like, you're so close. Yeah, and this is something that you've wanted. Like, you've wanted to... this is what you've wanted to manifest for a long time. And you're going to feel like the magician, you know, and the healing, like you've obtained new skills, and that's what you're taking into this new beginning, this rebirth. You're taking all this stability with you, because you had to go through it to grow through it. And that's why possibly you and your twin flame or soulmate aren't actually together at this point, because you've had to go through your own turbulences or traumas or lessons to get to this point. And you are getting to this point. This is a very, there's a lot of purity, I feel, in this like reading. That's very, I can just feel like the divine in it a lot. You've just been able to find balance in like just in like spiritually, emotionally and physically. Like, you have been able to, and mentally too. I'm really proud of, like, as well, like, I'm really proud that people are getting to this stage and like are able to really conquer those demons that are coming up and face it head on. And it might be really, really hard to, but you are protected at the end of the day. And I've just pulled the Ace of Cups, just filled with love. This whole situation is filled with love, protected by love. You will feel the love once they are kind. As soon as you go over that little bump and slide down, like, you are going to feel overwhelmed with love and like just gratitude. You're being offered, this is like, and you have the soulmate card and the highest love card and the Six of Cups, and that's another high love card. So I just feel like in your life and in your home life and definitely in this twin flame relationship, there is a lot of love and abundance. Like, there will be. So just keep going with the flow. I keep pushing these videos way too far. So yeah, what I'm going to say is, on the bottom of the deck, to wrap it up, we have the Eight of Wands. So I feel like there is something coming in very quickly now. It's been slow moving, but this month, the start of the month, when I do these readings, I don't really put a time on them, but and I like to say, I sort of like range it in like 2 weeks to throughout the month. So, you know, who knows, this week, or you might have even felt it last week, there could have been some new communication that of someone that you may have connected with in the past, or just someone new had they're interested in you. They want to offer you something. They want to know what you're about. And I think yeah, you may have just felt that coming up into to December, or you will soon experience this in the first couple of weeks of December. So yeah, definitely. And this could mean travel as well, someone crossing water. So it's more traveling. A few of you might be planning trips, trying to organize things. You know, that's what this offer might be. Like, someone might be, like I said, trying to really figure out everything down to the T. But yeah, or communication through social media. they could just show up. Yeah, and I've just put the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, sorry. And I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is really offering something to maybe a water sign, possibly Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this Knight here, I feel like he's really looking down different avenues. He's coming nice, slow and steady now that he has obtained this. He's like, okay, I'm ready. And the person that could be the divine feminine, could be the divine masculine, but like, I feel like this person's very intuitive. Yeah, and we have the Lovers card and and another highest love card, which is the Fool, and that is 6-0 completion. Every time I look at that 0, I think of the World card. You've completed this cycle, now it's time to step out into the world. Isn't that funny? Complete this cycle, step out into the world. Like, there's just there's a repetitive, there's just such, I don't know, that's a different time, but there's just a cycle to life and lessons. And congratulations, because you're getting through it. 2020 is going to be beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so guys, soulmate connection, so much love, so much love. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. The last message out of this devil, I've been getting a lot of devil out of this, is don't be run by fear. Okay? Don't be run by fear, because this has been manifested. You have manifested this, and the angels have helped you manifest this. So keep healing. Keep facing these little tower moments head on, and think realistically in situations. Balance your emotions. Think logically. And I feel like this is for people that are really analytical and logical, and more thinkers. This might be a time for you to balance your emotions with that, and the way you feel as well. It's like people that go with their head and people that choose with their heart. I feel like that's how I see it in this perspective. But yeah, it's like balancing that. It's like going from logic and like your gut feelings, or like what your heart says, and then just meeting it in the middle of reality. Like I said, not too high, not too deep. Meet in the middle, nice and level. So just remember that. Yeah, so if you are a very deep feeler, I know I am. I lead with my heart, and I, get myself hurt a lot, because in that there's no boundaries, So for anyone that's like that, use that logic, bring that logic into your present moment to really balance that, so you're not getting confused in something that you may have created in your mind, if that makes sense. Or not have created, but you just want to like protect yourself. So being balanced protects you from harsher energies around as well. So yeah, and people that are like more in the mental zone and aspect, just remember not to look at absolutely and like analyze absolutely everything, because sometimes you probably won't find a reasonable answer, because life is magic as well as like that's how I don't know, like with science and like maths and facts and all that kind of stuff, I am all for that, but at the same time, you know, there's so much magic in life, so allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow the magic to take you somewhere. So come out of your head, stop trying to figure it all out, because at the end of the day, you're probably not going to figure it out, you know. Life just is, and if you can find balance within yourself to just be at this present time, in this moment, you're going to see this roll over very quickly. You are going to attract this manifestation that you want. So yeah, that's my final message. Stay balanced, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.